All right, so first picks and bans going to come through here. Blue side's going to be banning first. Looks like Morgana. Pretty
Good
safe ban, yeah.
Good ban.
Yeah, we're going to switch the camera angle here, actually.
There's so many plays that she can make with that black shield. I mean, so potent, especially if you have somebody else, you know, a carry like Zed that, you know, relies on, you know, that mark to get all that damage off.
That's true. You got to think that if they ban someone like Morgana, that's going to set up for possible maybe a Thresh pick or something that might be looking to stun someone in lane, down in bottom lane. With that Morgana, that happens so much more often. Sejuani also being banned. That's a pretty popular pick in the jungle right now. Meanwhile, Rek'Sai and Aurelia, obviously Aurelia, the king of top lane as far as duelists are concerned. Maybe even beats Fiora, Logan? Maybe?
Definitely, pre-6 does actually do well against Fiora. I mean, that true damage, you can't compete with it. If anybody wants to hear the national anthem before this game, I'm posting a link.
There's
in
the
chat
link.
right now.
Right there, Mighty Mouse just posted it. Alright, so we're going to have the first actual pick of the third tournament mediocrity, and it's going to come from Relentless MRK. Not exactly sure where he was actually going to go, whether it was going to be top or support. So we'll find out probably pretty quickly. And there it is. Maybe going to lock in that Thresh. We do know he likes to play Thresh, so...
Absolutely.
And there it is. He locks it in. Let's see how Purple Team reacts to this first pick of Thresh. I like the Thresh pick as the support laner. Obviously, he can set up so many things with his Lantern from the jungler. Obviously, the hook, the flay, blocking ADCs, or whoever he might hook down for quite a nice period of time. If the combo or the combat pick of Leona, maybe? No, Teemo. I think they're just kind of playing with him on this one. Okay. Hecarim in the top lane. That's scary right there. Maybe not pick him, though. Maokai? Huh, I don't exactly know. Again, it's kind of a wild card. There's some members from this team that played in the last tournament, but I don't really remember too much of what they did. And it looks like they will go Leona and Hecarim in this situation. So what do you think about that one?
I actually think that's really interesting with there being a Thresh on blue side here, because although, you know, that's a really strong initiating team, you know, once Thresh throws that ult down, especially when a Hecarim is charging, that's really going to slow down their initiation, and Thresh can flay that Leona out of her Zenith Blade as well. So I kind of think that's interesting.
Yeah, that was a strange pick into the Thresh. If Thresh is on point, he can shut down Leona in lane.
Absolutely.
So I'm really curious to see how that's actually gonna work out for them. Xfield Medic, if they happen to win this game, I'll ask them what they were thinking, why they decided to pick that into a champion that counters her. But let's move on. Take no beef.
I like that pick.
Vi's a very solid pick, especially with a Thresh and Dr. Nacho picking up Graves. That burst damage is going to be there for Scott's Tots.
Well, and you also have to think with a comp with Hecarim and Leona already, they are going to be a dive-heavy team, and you know, Take No Beef can target those carries on the other side really, really easily. That's
a very good point. And I'm also curious now that Nat is going to be the mid laner. The Graves, and she's going to have to take Annie mid if she does pick Annie, but a Graves-Annie matchup on the same team is insanely good. So, alright, looks like Volibear coming through, maybe. That'd be strange. You don't see many Volibears in the jungle these days. Swag is for boys, class is for men. That's right, Paper, that's right. Swag 420 Blaze. That's why they picked Leona, apparently. Swag is greater than counter. Oh yeah.
Well, once again, they're going for a really strong initiating comp.
Oh!
Okay.
That looks a little bit better. I don't know. I mean, I like the Sivir, especially with a Hecarim. and Leona could use the speed from the Sivir ult to get closer to the carries or people that she needs to stun, but you know, Ahri's just solid all around, so.
Well, the Sivir can use that spell shield against Vi.
Against Vi or against a Thresh
Yeah.
hook, so that's good.
Or
yeah.
Annie, yeah.
And there it is. That could possibly be the pick for Nynaeve. And Crabcake maybe locking in that Scion. If he locks in Scion, I think it's actually going to be Relentless MRK that plays the Scion up in the top lane. It might be, yeah, I think it is.
Yeah,
he is their top laner.
And you know, I've seen him do some incredible things with Scion.
Yeah, Scion is he's a bully up there, no doubt about it. So, and AK takes it to a whole nother level.
Well, I think he's also been notorious for the support Scion.
That is true too. He's one of the few people I've seen play him quite a bit as support Scion. But it looks like Crabcake, I don't know. We'll see. They haven't switched around their summoner spells, so maybe they are actually going top lane Scion with Crabcake and AK's going with Thresh. We'll have to wait and see there. Now, as far as their last pick, Blind F2, obviously he's going to pick their jungler in this situation, and he may go with the Volibear. I mean, I think at this point they have some initiation with the Leona ult, if she can land her ult, and a Hecarim teleport, Onslaught of Shadows kind of combo. But other than that, they don't have that great of initiation. I would like a more initiative champion as a jungler, but...
Absolutely. Because, I mean, you've got to think now, once again, there are so many ways to stop that Volibear.
Yeah.
So many ways. I mean, Annie can stun that Volibear coming in. The Scion has stuns, slows, pop up, you know, and then there's Thresh. So that Volibear is going to have a hard time, I think, getting in the middle of team fights.
Yeah, Volibear, if a Thresh gets a box in a very, like, let's say they get in a jungle fight and he puts a box down somewhere in that jungle, their entire team doesn't really have a great way to get around that box. So engagement is based on just running right at them, and that in itself, just one spell from Scott's Tots could completely foil their plans. So, alright, so we're going to have about a 3-minute delay here, guys. At this point, if you guys want to comment on this teams and how they're building their team comps or what you think you could expect to see from this game, now would be the time to give us your input. Or if you have any other random questions you'd like to ask me or Mighty Mouse, then we will gladly accept them right now, because once we get into the game, we're going full broadcasting mode. So, Ahri does have cleanse too. I like that pickup by Ahri. I actually didn't notice that. That'll be huge against the Annie in the mid lane.
And you got to think, as well as it seems like they were planning on having a strong initiation. That you know, that Sivir ult and the Hecarim ult is also pretty good for disengaging this really wham bam thank you ma'am kind of team comp that blue side has.
I don't think. Okay, again, I understand they have some good picks. Them being Vayne God please carry. They do have some good picks, and they can initiate. I'm not saying they can't initiate, but they got to pick their fights well. They got to pick their fights better than the blue team does, because of the fact that there's no like Malphite ult, or there's no like wham bam, there's my initiate. Like sometimes Leona could ult and start something off, but that's going to take some very good aim of her ultimate in order to pull off the perfect start to a team fight. Especially like Mighty Mouse said, against a team that has so many ways to peel or like stun, or they have dashes. And Scion himself, you got to watch out for his pulverizing smash or whatever it might be called. Otherwise, an engagement could go pretty badly really quickly if he happens to knock you up in that. So, meanwhile on the blue side, they have some follow-up with a Vi ultimate or just a Vi Vault Breaker into an ultimate. Obviously, Thresh can land hooks. Scion can just ult at the right time, or Annie has flash stun. So I generally like the blue side or Scott's Tots engagements better as a team than Vayne God please carry. And it's another thing, yeah, I mean, they do have some damage. Hecarim obviously will probably build damage this game. Ahri does very good damage. Sivir's going to take a little bit of time to do damage, but Volibear, when you look at jungle damage, Volibear... see, that's the thing. Like, I think he has to build tank in this matchup. Because even though Scion can get really tanky, he still does so much damage in a team fight. What's Annie after? First blood. A woman. Oh, man, Saiha. Whoa, whoa! Throwing in some of those dirty jokes. All right. So, we are going to jump into this game, guys. We are 3, 2, 1, and then we'll get into the loading screen. I'm going to go get a drink of water, so you all just sit and watch the loading screen. We will be right back. If Mighty Mouse wants to take over until I get back, that's fine with me as well. So. Plat last season, yes. So he does have a plat border. X-Field Medic does, but again, that was last season, not this season. It only goes off of this season's results, not last season's. So I know it seems a little weird, but that's kind of how it's going. Oh wait, hang on. I've got to change the. Got to change what it says down here because that is no longer the team they are playing. Gosh darn it. All right. So I'm seeing a lot of good suggestions here. Obviously, Vi should camp top because Hecarim, not only because he doesn't have any escapes, but a fed Hecarim is not so much fun to deal with. That's right, love the tuna. That definitely could be a possibility.
Hashtag trash talk.
Alright, so looks like everyone's loaded in on my screen, so the game should be starting up very shortly. Possibly. Got the Lumberjack Scion skin making an appearance. That's always nice. And... maybe? There it is! The first game of the Tournament of Mediocrity number 3 is starting right now. As again, we have Scott's Tots on the blue side, and Vayne God Please Carry in the top side. Alright. So as far as builds go, I mean, you're not going to see anything too crazy here. The thing I'm pretty interested in about, see if anyone does, is if there's any invades going to be going on. Seeing as how it is double elimination in this tournament. So. Don't have to, I mean, you can risk it a little bit more with knowing that even if you lose this game, you still got another chance later on. And there it is, Crab Cake Legs. Kind of finding Leona right there. Take no beef. Running through the jungle, they know that he's there. She puts a ward over the bush. Volibear pops out for a little hello. Walks back in. No harm, no foul.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
A lot of pings going on the red side. They have everything pretty much warded up on their side of the jungle, so they know if anything is going to be going on. It looks like we got a lane swap possibly happening. What do you think about that, Mighty Mouse?
Yeah, you know, I think Crab can handle it. And I was wondering, you know, if he was going to do the traditional Scion start, you know, take enemy red buff and, you know, get back into lane. But it looks like there is going to be a lane swap, and I'm really interested to see how that goes.
I actually have, yeah, I have no idea. I feel like Hecarim's probably not that good against a lane swap, but
No.
Scion would be. So.
Scion does really well, you know, and he does actually have some decent wave clear as well. Some good poke. I mean, it's unfortunate though that they did nerf his poke though.
Yes. Well, alright then. So a little bit of intrigue already in the first game of the tournament, as neither team really knew it was happening, so we're going to see how... I mean, I'm assuming, obviously, Scott's Tots was the one that initiated this, so it's going to be a big surprise whenever Vayne God Please Carry comes into lane, and they don't see that they're facing the right members. Alright, Fizzo coming up for a little bit of CS right there. Doesn't miss that one. Oh, she starts off with her little stun. Field Medic does on the Leona. I don't know if I'd start off with that. Usually I start off with Zenith Blade, but... Bird Call. Lord Albel in the jungle, taking out his red buff. So far, pretty straightforward openings from the junglers. There's a stun on the Crab Cake legs. The Boomerang Blade does not connect for Sivir. And away we continue. Nynaeve taking a little bit of poke from that Orb of Deception by Golems. But other than that, nothing else too crazy. Fizzo again, he's going to be taking a lot of damage from that buckshot on Dr. Nacho. As far as CS goes, let's just see how early in the lane swaps. CS pretty even as far as actually Hecarim's ahead, so Crab Cake not really coming out on this too well, but his lane was pushed a lot faster, him being Hecarim's up into his turret. So Crab really hasn't got a chance, but here comes Volibear, Lord Abel coming in, he flashes and gets the flip. There's the flay, so actually the flash gets burned by Volibear. That's a huge engagement tool of his down. I don't know if I'd waste it so willy-nilly like that. Oh, and now all of a sudden Vi's in the area. Here we go. Lord Abel, he does get his
nice
passive
hook.
pop. Nice hook, and Thresh gets the first blood. Oh, wow. What a beautiful play there by Scott's Tots. Oh, my. Relentless MRK with a great hook. I mean, those of you who picked him to have the first blood of the tournament, you can claim your money at Vegas somewhere, I'm pretty sure. So first blood 4 minutes in. What's that going to do for their lane swap here?
You know, I think Crab's going to get an opportunity now, you know, especially with those minions staying pushed up to his tower to catch back up. And even though, you know, that first blood was on Thresh, I think that's going to serve them well because he's going to be a huge tool, you know, for them, you know, as far as disengaging this Volibear and Hecarim, so.
And there was 2 assists on that kill, so obviously the gold nicely spread around. Gave it to their ADC and jungler. So already a 1,000 gold lead for Scott's Tots in the early portions of this game, and Vi's coming down. Doesn't look like she's going to try and gank, though. She's going to go up towards maybe blue buff, or mid lane. I don't know why I said blue buff. There's a nice little knockup from Crab Cake. It's all that CS right there. That's the power of Sion in the solo lane right there. He can be so far away, but just continues to get CS. Missed hook from Relentless MRK. The quick draw coming in from Dr. Nacho. Doesn't collect on the buckshot, though. Just a little bit of poke damage coming through right now. So on the first back, Hecarim came back and he bought boots. Not a cloth armor, not anything that would help him reduce damage, but just boots. I don't know if I necessarily like that pickup. And he also bought a pink ward. A little risky for a top laner up there to buy a pink ward so early in the game, but when he ready to really protect it. A lot of gold you're sinking in. Dragon goes over to take no beef. I actually didn't even notice. Nice hook onto Fizzo here. He goes for the ride. Oh, that's going to be a lot of damage coming from Relentless MRK.
Got a flash come out.
Yeah, he did get the flash, so probably shouldn't have taken that ride. Yeah, that was a little iffy there, but sometimes you got to risk it to get that biscuit. Fizzo, again, just continuously taking damage. His Ignite is down. He just used his Ignite actually on that turret dive. Crab gets dove on. Not gonna take too much damage though. That's gonna be a big problem for Vayne God Please Carry to deal with. Now, I mean, they're catching up a little bit on gold, though. They were down by about 1,000. Now they're only down by about 700 gold. Not that the gold really matters that much. I mean, that small quantity of gold matters that much. And he is 6. You think maybe Vi might head mid here soon? I don't know. Vi's kind of just hanging out in the jungle. Field medic coming in to get some kind of stun onto Scion. Again, it's not going to really do much. I mean, actually, sorry, I did take him down about half health, so never mind. Crab's still just fine. There's the knockup. Not going to get the other CS, though, in lane. And there's Volibear. He does not have flash, though, so what? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to actually be able to do anything. She has to land this charm. She hits the stun onto Golems. Golem's taking a lot of damage. Nat gets bitten. Ooh. She did have her flash.
Now, there wasn't a charm that came out, was there?
Not that I remember seeing. She still had her flash, too, her being Nynaeve. She definitely could have got away from that gank. I'm not exactly sure why.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think maybe I feel like maybe the ult stun was a tad premature.
Yeah.
I honestly almost would have flashed before I would have stunned in that scenario.
I'd say, yeah, it was weird that she decided to actually fight that.
I just think it's interesting the charm didn't come down sooner because, I mean, Ahri was definitely in range.
That's very true. I mean, Volibear was able to he didn't have flash, just able to walk up to her. That was a very strange play by Nynaeve there. Crab continuously taking a little bit of poke damage. Thank God, please carry, slowly working themselves back into this game. As far as builds go, looks like Ahri might be building Abyssal Scepter first. At least that's what I'm trying to pick up on that. Annie going with the Morellonomicon probably. So, and Graves actually went back and already bought a BF sword. So that's going to be quite a lot of damage coming through on that Hecarim up there. Oh boy, here comes Take No Beef. Oh, kind of goes away from there though. Sorry, the directed camera kind of goes where it wants. I apologize if it's a little herky-jerky at times, guys. There, he's going to continue to get that CS. Gets the big cannon minion. Actually, all those minions.
That was great. That
was really good by Scion. There's more knockup. He's not really letting Sivir and Leona. He doesn't let Leona go back right there. Sivir's actually gonna go back. Oh boy. Okay, Field Medic. If he knew that Field Medic was down there by himself, that probably would have netted him a kill. I don't know. Do you like what you're seeing so far, Mighty Mouse?
You know, I am. I feel like right now it's going pretty even. I see a little bit of a CS lead down there in bot lane. On Vayne God's side, but I'm really liking what Crabcake's doing. I think he's really hanging in there. I think he's going to be a huge threat later on. I'm really hoping that he builds a Righteous Glory. I'm wanting to see that huge initiation from him, and looks like we might have our first tower going.
Maybe top turret is taking a lot of damage really here. Close. It's gonna be. They're gonna actually back off of it. If they decide to push this wave really fast, they might be able to get it. Looks like they're kind of just slowing the roll on it though. As Blue Buff did go over to Ahri in the mid lane, so that's going to be a little bit of an annoyance for Nynaeve to deal with. Other than that, Cannon Minion does go down. All the summoner spells are actually up right now, besides Thresh's Flash, I believe. So there might be some kind of fight that breaks out here soon. AK trying to pull off a grab, doesn't quite get it.
So now we are actually seeing almost a 20 CS lead as far as top laners go.
In favor of Scion, yes.
In favor of Scion, yeah.
Wow.
A lot of damage.
Oh, the spell shield coming in handy right there.
Turret aggro though.
Volibear did have to come top. He's spending a lot of time up in that top lane. Meanwhile, Vi hasn't really made, I believe that is Take No Beef, hasn't really made any kind of pressure in any lanes, considering can ultimate and basically land a pretty free stun onto whoever he wants to in a lane, but hasn't been there. Volibear actually going to come mid now. This could be another gank onto Nat, and Charm maybe landing. She tries to land it, does not. Does get landed a full Orb of Deception, though. So Nynaeve does walk away just fine. Vi is actually in a fight with Lord Abel in the mid lane. But Take No Beef's gonna have to maybe mosey on out of there. Wards are being placed down. Dragon is actually up right now. And remember, Scott's Tots got the first one.
I think we're gonna have our first turret top.
Oh wow, turret top is going down. Fizzo cannot really engage on this either with his teleport, but they are missing their ADC and support down here, Scott's Tots, so I don't think I can actually fight this. Take No Beef kind of running in there. He's really gonna die really fast. Yes, use flash.
You know,
There's the Sivir ultimate. Crabcake is now in a huge amount of trouble. Nynaeve's on the other side of Dragon Pit, so a lot of miscommunication there by Scott's Tots. They did, however, get Tekram in the top lane. And now they might lose this inner, well, they're not going to lose it probably, but they're going to take a lot of damage on this inner turret in the top lane, so. Graves and Thresh needs to get the tower.
I feel like they should have been okay with that trade and not initiated their dragon, because they did get a tower out of that, and the second dragon is not one to really, completely risk it.
They are actually going to get 2 turrets on that. That's actually a huge advantage for Scott's Tots right there. That opens up the whole top side of the map. And they're both going to get back before Fizzo can get back in the lane. And here we go. There's the Vi ultimate onto Field Medic. Can he get enough damage on him, though? Oh, there's the teleport coming in. Oh, he's one auto attack, gets the flash, and blind F2 finishes up the kill. A teleport was wasted there, though. I don't know. This has been weird so far from some of the members of Scott's Tots. They made a bad call at Dragon, and now they did. Vi, I don't know about that. It was a little too risky. But I think so far they're still. I like their chances in this game. We getting those 2 turrets though, don't you think?
Absolutely, and that's going to open up a Dragon for them a lot, because if they can get Sion up there, with his teleport and split pushing, they're going to easily be able to take Dragon over and over and over again. So I don't think that one loss of Dragon's going to be an issue.
Yeah. That's why I feel like they should have just let Dragon go. I mean, that first Dragon's not really worth that much. So, and also, when you look at the items bought by their top laners, Hecarim has his boots completed, but Sion has a full Frozen Heart already. So that's huge right there as far as item difference.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, other items completed. Ahri has completed her Abyssal Scepter, going to work on her Morello Nomicon, it looks like right now. And Graves has finished his Infinity Edge. Meanwhile, Sivir still has not finished hers. So, big damage boost in the bottom lane if they can get a fight going. Verpop takes a lot of damage from Sion.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a matchup they're going to have to exploit for a good portion of the game.
So we're seeing pretty much standard lanes now at this point.
Yeah, oh, here we go. Maybe a fight in the mid lane. They're prepared for this one. There's 3 members down in the bottom lane, and they have the better items completed, them being blue team, Scott's Tots. So that was probably a favorable time to get in a fight if they could, but both teams back off.
Now Sion's teleport is up as well, so they could potentially have a 5 versus 4. Hecarim's is still down.
It'll be down for quite a while too, so yeah, if they're looking to maybe start a fight any time now in the next 2 to 3 minutes would probably be a great time to do so. They used both a pink ward and their sweeping lens to clear out that ward and that tri-bush, so a little bit of misuse of resources there. Oh, my bad. Did I say fur pop up there? Fizzo. I meant Fizzo. My bad. Apologize. So blue buff again going to go over to Golems in mid lane. And they might have to focus some more energy into getting Nynaeve maybe a kill or 2 before Ahri gets a little too out of control. And here we go. She's going to engage on Ahri. There's the Tibbers. Crabcake also pops up in mid lane. There's Take No Beef. They have no vision on Golems, though. He's going to get away because he flashed over the wall. Maybe not, actually. Take No Beef's coming in. There's the slam from Assault and Battery. The charm's coming out from Golems. The smite. Can he land a Q? He's not going to be able to. Onslaught of Shadows comes in. And they get the kill. Oh, my. Not great. But if they maybe get this mid turret, again, it wouldn't be a bad trade. And meanwhile, they also lost Thresh in the bottom lane. So, Not going to lose that mid turret. So, sloppy engage there. Actually, a very good job by Ahri to escape from 3 people. But, not the greatest stuff we're seeing from Nynaeve tonight, at least right at the moment. That's okay, the game is still early, only 17 minutes in. Gold's within 1,000, it's been mostly within 1,000 the entire time. So, people going back, buying some items here. Thresh completes his mobility boots. Thresh also, strangely enough, if you look at his items, he has a Vamp Scepter. It's not something you see most Threshes buy as a support, but that's AK. Yeah, again, it might be tournament nerves. Maybe people are a little nervous about making plays, and they're kind of not doing what they would normally be doing. They just need to take a deep breath, let the pressure go right off their back. So, Burpop getting some free farm up here in the top lane. That's pretty much what he needs at this point. He's still down by about 15 CS, but that's not as bad as it probably could be. As far as the ADCs go, CS is pretty close, and Ahri is about 15 ahead of Ahri, so CS in total is actually pretty even. Zeke's Herald possibly incoming, that's right. Take no beef. Charge up that Vault Breaker. He goes in on Golems, but the rest of the team is there. Take no beef has to flash out, and there's the ultimate. And now Nynaeve's also in trouble. There's the stun, but she gets exhausted, and Golem's gonna walk out of there again. Relentless MRK is coming, and he has to flash away, but here comes the teleport from Fizzo, I'm sorry. And doesn't look like they'll actually get any more kills. Good play from Relentless MRK, so they do get 2, but again, Mighty Mouse, sloppy engagement there by the Vi.
I'm not so sure, and I know that on his actual team that he typically plays on, he is not actually jungle position anymore. So maybe it is maybe it's just something he hasn't been doing as much as lately. He's just kind of warming back up into it. Might see some better things from him later. Oh,
here we go. Onslaught of Shadows comes over the wall. Relentless MRK. Oh, the burst coming in. Fizzo almost goes down, but not quite. Sion's heading down here, though. Maybe they can pick up a kill. Maybe not, though. They're just going to let him go. Take no beefs in the area. Meanwhile, they're pushing mid lane, as they probably should be doing, as it's taken some damage. So if they can get a mid lane turret, maybe not all lost here.
I think something they need to realize right now is they really need to take advantage of this excellent team comp they have, and really get together and do something about it. Because like you were saying earlier, the Vanguard's team does not have the exact same potential, as what they have over here on Scott's Tots. I just think they need to get together and do something about it.
Every team fight they've gone in with, it's kind of been just one person at a time going in and slowly dying. Like, they haven't got a good team fight off, and now they're kind of find themselves a little bit behind. But strangely enough, it's 11-2, and they're still only down by only a little over 1,000 gold, so they're not out of it by any means here, no matter what the scoreboard might say. Ward coverage is actually very good by Vanguard, though, in the bottom side jungle. Very impressed with that so far, and they have some wards around the other parts of the jungle as well. But Scott's Tots also got a couple wards here and there. Got a couple pink wards in the jungle to maybe spot out some stuff. Here we go. They put a couple wards in here, trying to get a pick onto AK, and doesn't quite get there. Again, Fizzo's teleport is down. Sion's will be up faster than Fizzo's will be. Here we go. Boomerang Blade coming in, getting some good poke damage. I don't know if they can hold this turret. They're going to need some help here. Vi's in the area, but Vi's not really tanky enough. She's going to have to be careful if she dives in on this team. No wards, no team synergy for Pop. I mean, so far it's kind of... They have had wards, though. It's just the team synergy really hasn't been there. Here we go, Fizzo. Fighting on Cryptic legs a little bit. He's actually doing some damage now with the Sheen and the Phage, so... It actually isn't going so well for Crab. He has to back out. right, their Golems gets the blue buff. He's done pretty well with that blue buff throughout the entirety of the game, so let's see if it continues to pay off for him. And they're pinging on Annie. Annie's actually, oh, the missed Leona stun though. That's gonna cancel this really quickly. A lot of damage though. There's the flash, but the return flash.
Good flash, good.
Oh, does manage to get there, but Fizzo might go down. Oh, does Onslaught of Shadows. Maybe he's gonna get out of there. It looks like he will actually, just barely. And this turret not yet going down. So they went all in for the Annie in the mid lane. Now can Scott's Tots somehow avoid losing this turret?
Grab.
Nice hook by MRK, and there's the damage, and there's the shutdown gold onto Vi. They're diving this turret. The turret's not dead yet. It's a lot of damage coming through. Oh my. Okay, now Vi's not Vi. Leona's in a lot of trouble, but there she's actually gonna Zenith Blade out. Golems is now in here. Oh, damage gonna come through. That's a kill onto that's shutdown gold onto Graves. So all of a sudden, a really bad turret dive. Was that necessary, you think, Mighty Mouse?
Oh, absolutely not. They were trying to force something. The turret was almost gone. They would have had the free gold, and I mean, and then at that point, maybe initiate.
Yeah, they took so many turret shots there. Granted, Volibear stayed alive, but that was a little bit too risky for them in their position. Kind of
props
keeping
to Thresh there. I mean, he just turned that around.
Yeah, he made a huge grab onto Sivir right there. Best grab so far of the game, easily.
Absolutely.
So they outside of getting those first two turrets in the top lane, Scott's Tots really hasn't made a push. They did get the middle turret, but they still have the bottom outer turret still up. I think maybe they make a play for that soon, especially since Dragon will be up in a minute 30. So we'll see if that's what they do. Again, CS now, let's look here. CS again, even in between the ADCs, Sion's still pretty far ahead. But Trinity Force is completed, so Power Spike coming through for Fizzo in the top lane. This is going to be the time for him to fight. And both teleport, nope, Sion's teleport's actually down. I didn't even see him use it, actually. But Fizzo's is up right now, so Crabcake's going to have to stick on to him to keep him from turning the tide of a team fight, especially around Dragon Pit. Board coverage coming through. So what are you looking for to see in this next team fight that might come out here in about 40 seconds, Mighty Mouse?
Honestly, it's looking like it's going to end up being a 4v5 most likely, especially with Hecarim having his teleport currently. I'm looking for a huge Annie stun. I mean, big plays from her. I think that, I mean, she doesn't have her flash right now, but I think that we're going to have, Thresh hook into an ultimate with an Annie stun, and then take no beef dive in that Sivir in the back line is what's going to need to happen.
Here we go. Sion's actually coming down and finds Golems, but he's going to take a lot of damage. He doesn't have any magic resist. So there's the stun. Ward's being cleared. Dragon's going to be up in 5 seconds, and every team member will be there, considering Hecarim will come teleporting in at some point. The problem is he's waiting because he has those home guard boots. That's going to be a lot of damage coming through, so they got to be ready for that. See, this is the kind of thing they want to fight in. This little
Yes.
Alleyway. So Thresh can.
There
Oh
it is, right
boy!
behind him.
And there it is. Dr. Nacho taking a lot of damage. He just flashed away from the outside of Silence damage though. And there's. Here we go. The burst. There it is. There's one kill for one kill so far. But Ari's doing a lot of damage to the back line. They're trying to get on the Sivir. There's the stun on the crab cake legs. So it's only going to result in one kill for Scott's Tots. Oh boy, maybe two. Never mind. I might have spoke too soon. There's 2 kills. Crab cake legs going ham with the passive. But what? Let's jump back and see exactly what just happened there. Let's see if we can pick up anything we didn't notice. So there we go. Hecarim coming in. The flash away. They kind of got them all together, but Golem's got a free just burst onto Ari there. That was awesome by Golems. Just destroy Annie. Before you can really do
on
anything.
the other side of that wall there. Just got completely separated.
Yeah, she wasn't with the Thresh or anyone else, so she could be picked off pretty easily. Yeah, that's this Ari making plays. So we're gonna actually jump to live. Hopefully, didn't miss too much of anything. So red team did end up slaying that dragon. It looks like right now, I mean, Ari's going to continue on building a needlessly large rod. I don't know if she's going to go for Rabadon's or Zhonya's. I would assume with the lead she has, though, Rabadon's probably wouldn't be that bad of a choice. What do you got to hinge your? I mean, like we said it earlier about the team fight, but you're kind of falling behind. I mean, what can Scott's Tots do here to kind of find themselves back in this game, Mighty Mouse?
You know, one big thing is picking where they're fighting. They had a perfect opportunity before Hecarim came in behind them. I don't know why they started to run to mid lane in that situation, because that narrow corridor is a perfect area for Sion to initiate a great fight. And if Sion would have been able to catch them right there at the corridor in front of Dragon in their jungle, blue jungle area,
oh boy,
would have been perfect.
Here we go. They dodged the charm. There's the onslaught of shadows. It also misses its damage. Oh my gosh, Sion's in behind.
Wow,
there's the burst damage. Oh my. Okay, so they're focusing Leona. They probably should be focusing Sivir though. Leona's gonna go down. Sivir continuously doing damage. Meanwhile, Golems and Blind F2 just were kind of walking around back there without having to worry about anyone doing damage to them. Crabcake's probably gonna die here. He has to use Flash. There's a slow. Actually, maybe not. If he dodges his charm, he doesn't. Oh. Well, okay, so the burst damage was definitely there that time. It's just after the burst damage came through, they weren't focusing the right people.
That's correct.
And now they're going to lose that mid-outer turret, it looks like, for it. Actually, they already lost it not too long ago, so my mistake there. Looks like a lot of pinging going down. They're pinging this pink ward, so they know what pink ward's in that area red does. So, Vayne God, please carry, making sure that their team knows about it, and they're going to go clean it up right now. If the whole team can't kill the tanks, it's game. I agree. They've spent way too much time trying to kill the tanks in that engagement. They used that burst damage. I mean, they got a lot of damage down, and that Leona was really low. But at some point, you got to just let Leona run around the fight while you're doing damage to Sivir and Ahri. There's the Thresh grab, the stun up from Nynaeve. A lot of damage coming down. Maybe they can pick off Field Medic here. Doesn't look like it, though. She's going to walk away. Here comes Sion ultimate, though. Here comes Fizzo from the back. Nice flay. Oh, boy. Beautiful grab. Can they actually kill any of them, though? There's
nice.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful chain stuns there by Nynaeve, the hooks, and the Vi ultimate. They do get Fizzo, and now here's their chance to maybe capitalize. Meanwhile, Graves split pushing, too. Maybe they could, if they don't have to engage here, they can maybe just get a turret or two. There's the hook. And onto the wrong person. If they can land that hook onto Sivir or Ahri, you can expect them to probably go. But Graves gonna be killing that. He's doing damage. I don't know if he's gonna take it down. He took it down about a third of its health, so. And he's staying a little bit too long though right here. He's actually gonna get caught, maybe? Let's see, there's the Sivir ult. Oh boy, and that's a dead doctor right there. They're gonna get the Scuttled Crab as well, so. Staying a little bit too long. Dr. Nacho was mischarmed by Ahri. Ahri actually just used her Spirit Rush too, so that they need to try and get in a team fight now while they can. Crabcake doing some damage. Crabcake now has Sunfire Cape too, so that, wow, okay, so Fizzo's got to be careful here all of a sudden. Oh my gosh. Oh, he has to use his ultimate. That's huge. So they don't have an Ahri ultimate or a Hecarim ultimate for this next team fight. But if they do team fight, so they gotta capitalize on this. All right, Crab staying up here. Volley Bear screaming and yelling.
Oh, Smokey, let's talk about this vision that we see on the map currently.
Vision, all right, yeah. So it looks like, okay, so Red side has quite a few wards. They've been doing a great job of ward coverage the entire game.
Complete dragon control.
That's true, too. Dragon will actually be up in a minute. And if they get that dragon, that'll be number 4. And right now, I mean, they have some deep wards in the red side jungle, so Scott's Tots have got to do a better job of clearing this out. They're kind of warding for Baron and not Dragon, it looks like, right now. And I don't think a Baron fight's going to be happening anytime soon. But I have loved Vayne God Please Carry's vision control so far.
Absolutely. Well, Scott's Tots going to have to delay that burning double.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I definitely agree.
This next dragon fight needs to actually happen. They need to make sure they have vision on it, have the timer on
And
it.
they are putting vision down now. Actually, okay, so red team has no vision where, like, so blue's completely hidden right now unless they walk forward. So they have a ward in that bush, but they have no way of knowing that they're hanging around here right now. So dragon's gonna be up in 5 seconds. They'll have the surprise if they decide to go on him here. There's the smoke grenade coming through from Graves. There's a ward coming through for Vayne, please carry. And here we go. They've started Dragon. Scion's not here, though. Hecarim's ulted in from behind. Here comes Hecarim on the other side of the Dragon Pit. Thresh goes down very quickly. Nynaeve gets caught out. Doesn't get any damage down. Take No Beef, meanwhile, is trying to kill the 2 damage dealers on the other side of the Dragon Pit. Wow, that was complete and utter just miscommunication by Scott's Tots.
Has slain the dragon.
Well, once again, that vision, just having that deep pink ward, you know, in on blue's side, that Hecarim has ulted behind the last 3 team fights.
Hecarim has done that. He's done a very good job of doing so. Let's actually, I'm going to jump back here. They're probably going to lose that turret while I jump back, but I just want to point out just how, like, separated some of these people were. Like, let's see here. So they know they're teleporting in, or here soon they will be. Nynaeve's on this side of the dragon.
Baron now. Red has.
Oh, are they? Okay, alright, okay. So, yeah, but Nynaeve's all spread out here. Graves is over here. Crabcake's over here. I mean, like, there's just so much spread stuff going on. I mean, like, Vayne please carry is doing a very good job of just winning team fights. And as they said, they're doing Baron right now, and they're actually halfway done with Baron. But a lot of people on their team taking damage. Thresh is in the area. They know they're doing it, but they're going to get Baron. There's the hook on to Volibear, but the rest of the team not really able to follow up. And they get a pretty free Baron buff. That's going to increase their lead up to 8,000 gold. So they're trying to maybe catch out Sivir? No, Sivir's going to easily get away. It's tough to see an avenue that they can come back in this game. Their team fight's just not been there this game at all. I mean, it's not over yet, but oh, there we go. The flash. Oh boy, that's gonna be a dead Thresh. It looks like AK's trying to get away. Ultimate's used to kill him. They're gonna give it over to Ahri, probably. I would assume they're gonna. Nope, they're gonna give it over to Fizzo. And there it is, another kill onto Thresh. So AK had a couple good grabs in this game on Thresh, but caught out of maybe a couple one too many times. 8,000 gold lead. They still have Baron. They haven't really pushed anything with it though. Another blue buff going over to Golems. Here we go. Blind F2 on Sivir coming in. Field Medic also kind of trying to maybe catch out someone. Crabcake Legs is in a little bit of deep trouble here, maybe. Graves, they're kind of circling in around him in their own jungle. Meanwhile, Fizzo pushing this turret up top. Doesn't have his teleport up. Scion does, but I mean, at this point, you're so close to where the fighting might actually happen. I don't know if teleport need be used. So they're going to keep pushing. Beautiful damage there by the Ricochet from Sivir. Just pushing a lot of people off. Here we go. There's the Onslaught of Shadows. Take No Beef gets pushed forward. Looks like Take No Beef's going to go down pretty fast. AK's going to follow up in that. Oh boy. Graves goes down. Annie does some damage, but she's going to go down as well. It's up to Scion, and he looks like he's going to go down here eventually as well. And this might be GG. Quadra kill onto Blind F2. And there it is. Vayne, please carry. I think this is going to be the game, Mighty Mouse.
I do think so. I mean, they have Baron right now. 80 carries up.
They're taking this turret down. Ooh, boy. This is not how we necessarily thought. We thought this game would be a lot closer than what it was.
Absolutely, especially at the beginning of the game, and even when it was, 2-8, where Vayne was up 6 kills. They were still only 1,000 gold different at that point. And, during that early game damage that, Scott's Tots had with the Graves and the Annie, feel like he just wasn't taken advantage of when they still had that little gap they could close.
Okay. Yeah, I completely agree. I completely agree. So there it is. The first game of the tournament will go over to Vayne, God, please carry. And I know this is a little confusing because they were down here in the bracket, but we had to move them up because Meteos kind of screwed themselves up. Probably kick them out of the tournament for that. But so Vayne, God, please carry will move over to this spot right here. Scott's Tots will move down to the J game, which either will be on Thursday or next Monday. Not exactly sure when that will be. So again, congratulations to Vayne, God, please carry for winning the first game. We will take a short break and be right back with the next game.